The start of my side yard. I don't know if you can tell, but I've got a seed misting station. I just put some sticks in the ground and ran drip irrigation over here and put some misters on top so that I can mist all of these things continuously and keep them alive. A lot of it's dead, as you can see, but the reason it's dead is because I didn't have the misting set up. Since I've had the misting table set up, all this stuff's doing great. Here is one of my beds that I've got. This is a Toscano kale. Toscano, those are all Toscano. And then over here, these are reds. You can see red boar, whatever that says. I've got a bunch of reds right here. And then over here, I'm gonna leave this for Malabar spinach. I'm gonna try and plant some climbing spinach this year in those two spots and let it climb up here so I have spinach in the summer. And that's my goal anyway. So over here, we've got broccoli, and over here, we've got kale. Some green onions back there, chili piquin. Also found a volunteer chili piquin under here, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm gonna dig that guy up and see if I can't move him to a better, more appropriate spot. Garbage day, so you'll have to excuse the fact that there's garbage cans. So this is the side yard, October 2016. Next year it's gonna look a little different, quite a bit different. This is all gonna be from here to the street and over is all going to be bark mulch, except for this. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. You can see what the sensitive briar looks like whenever it's massed together. This looks great against the ground. That's what I wanted, and you see it looks nice against the coneflower and everything. And it does kind of look nice over here. There's a little bit of some weeds in here, but not many. I've tried to keep the weeds down. I am letting the horse herb grow because I don't really know what this is going to look like when it's gone. So I'm letting the horse herb grow just in case it's a dead patch. These things continue to impress. They're going to bloom. They already had an amazing spring bloom. Now they're going to put on a fall bloom too. Look at that. I cannot believe it. I'm so excited. Look at the butterfly right there. Just craziness. These things are awesome. This is an Australian plant called an Australian bottle brush. And right here I've got some bluebonnets. You can see the bluebonnet rosettes coming up already. Bluebonnet rosette, there's one right there. There's more over here if you really look for them. I'm trying to stay away from the area because I don't know if I'm stepping on. Thing I'm not happy about is this lantana. This was intended to be a screening shrub that was supposed to be in full bloom. You saw my front yard, it's in full bloom. But this sucks. I mean, if this performs like this one more year, it's out of here. I mean, it's bloomed for like 4 weeks this year. That sucks. I don't even like that. It is the first year for this stuff, so I'm gonna give it a break. However, next year, if this doesn't perform, it's out. Really super happy with this. This is a red Esperanza. This is here to bring in the hummingbirds. These are looking like they're perking up a little bit. This is Russian sage, and the Russian sages are going to add a nice silver and blue to the red here. They're also going to add a nice screen, because you can see my other garden in the back, and they're going to add a nice screen, fill in that hole nicely once they get thicker. They were in a bad spot, which is the reason they're looking kind of sticky. They weren't getting a lot of sun. They were really super crowded. Plus, I just transplanted them like 5 days ago, so they're kind of hurting. Regardless, you can see the berm I built and a little swale in front so that they get water. Another berm back here to slow this water down. Here we've got a couple of mountain laurels. This one's really hurting. I don't know if he's not getting enough sun or if he just doesn't like how he's planted or whatever, but he's been stressed out since he got here. So I'm really watching that guy. And yeah, this is the side yard so far. You can see here I've got a bed prepared. This is going to be onions whenever they're ready. So I'm going to stick a whole mess of onions in here. Pretty excited about that. And let's see what else we got here. I think that's all we have in the side yard. I am going to put some, I talked about the tuberoses, the milkweeds. And I'm going to put some up here next year. So next year, between the bottle brushes right here are going to be a bunch of milkweeds jutting out. I want to have like between 5 and 7 of them here so that it really attracts the monarchs. And I'm hoping that this whole area, I say hoping because I haven't designed this front part yet. I'm hoping this whole area will be finished by next year. The only part I've designed is to have milkweed here and possibly mist flower over here. In the middle, I have not designed at all. So after a year and a half, this is the side yard. So far, so good. And this Texas sage was moved to the front. That's the Texas sage you saw up there. It's kind of hurting right now. But this Texas sage is doing a lot better. He's liking it a lot better. You can tell already. All right, that's what I got.